Hi everyone, welcome to the Automated AI. I'm revealing my private AI stack, the kind of stack they don't want you to build. Total power, privacy, full privacy, and absolutely zero big brother. If you're into AI, automations, and self-hosting for future, you're going to love this.
Stick around to the end for a greeting to my subscribers from my wife in the form of a bonus track to bring some music to your day.
Let's dive in. So here's the software stack. What I didn't list on here, which would be the foundation if you're running your own hardware, your own bare metal, would be you would use some kind of virtualization software. XCPNG is open source and respects your freedom. You could also use VMware as well. That's also an option, although XCPNG is likely to be the best long-term solution because VMware has been doing lots of funny business with their terms of service. Then on there we've got a Linux virtual machine. I'm running mine on a VPS for now, but over time I'll be running it on my own hardware as well. Then we've got the full software stack on top of that Linux server. I'm using Debian. You can use Ubuntu as well, or your particular flavour of Linux that you like. Just make sure you know all the command line, all the bits of the command line that you're going to need for managing the server. Now, we've got Plesk and Portainer to give you a nice graphic user interface to make it easy to manage your websites and updates, to save you having to dip into the command line to update everything and run your web servers as well. Then we've got, so Plesk manages the websites, Portainer manages your Docker instances, and there is a Docker graphic user interface in Plesk. Then you've got, for your open source databases, you've got Baserow, an excellent Airtable alternative. I would say it's actually superior to Airtable because you've got full control. You haven't got any vendor lock-in, so you can migrate your data and use your data how you see fit. Then you've got N8N to cover all of your automation needs, any kind of automation. N8N's putting the old guard like Make and Zapier in the dust at the moment. Zapier with their giant data breach, which exposed a lot of their users' information. And then Make, they're just very, very slow at implementing any kind of new features. Make's only just announced their agents framework. N8N's had that for about 6 months. And N8N's already implementing MCP, and I'm sure A2A from Google is going to be integrated soon as well. So you've got so much power with N8N, and you can run it on your own server. You can run it as many things as you want. You could automate your entire company, automate all the back end of your app, and this is where some of the other parts come in. We've got ollama, so you can run your own AI models. Then you've got Open WebUI, giving you a nice interface for running more specialized models. You can self-train some of your models and have your own models all managed through Open WebUI, giving you a nice interface just like you're using ChatGPT online, but you have the power and the control. Then you've got Qdrant for your vector search, although here this is one of the most powerful backends that you can put in there. Firebase? Who needs Firebase? Firebase is old hat. Now we've got Supabase, giving you all the authentication and power for building the back end of your app. but you are not locked into any platform. Your data is yours. No vendor lock-ins, no difficult migrations. You control it. All user authentication, REST APIs, analytics, all in real time. Then we've got Redis, super fast caching and memory storage. And then you've got XNG, which gives you all your private meta search for your local AI models. This powerful stack gives you the complete power to host your entire business and your entire app, just like you're using AWS or Azure, but no big brother involved. Now for the server setup, you can start off with a VPS as long as you've got enough resources to run the AI models that you want. So if you're running a few websites and an app and some AI models in the background, you probably want to start off with about 32 gig of RAM. There are some hosting providers that have high RAM models, high RAM VPSs that you can use. FastHost in the UK is one of them, but there are others that you can use out there as well. Then you've got Plesk for your domains, your name server, DNS, SLS certificates, all handled through Plesk. Portainer, all your orchestration of your containers and your Docker networking. So we use Docker to run most of the stack there, as I said before. You've then built into Plesk, you've got your reverse proxies and SSL. That's handled by Nginx, and that's all via Plesk. And Let's Encrypt for the SSL certificates. That way you can run custom subdomains, for example, ai@mydomain.com. Now for your storage, you've got your persistent storage. Again, that's all handled on the server and linked through to your Docker instances. So you will notice that there's N8N import. That allows you to scale your N8N. So if you're running multiple servers, you can import your workflows across multiple N8N instances. Then with OpenWebUI, you can point OpenWebUI at any Ollama instance. So you can have Ollama run on a dedicated server with GPUs, potentially hosted on premise. Then you can also have you could have a VPS in the cloud, which is running your OpenWebUI, and you could also run Ollama on there, but you could have some less powerful models. So if you need some everyday automations, that can be handled by a smaller model. Then when you need something big and powerful, you can fire up a GPU server on your own premises if it's a business, or at home if it's your house, and then that can handle the heavy lifting for your heavy AI needs. So you've got Supabase edge functions. They handle your serverless backend magic. Qdrant or Supabase vector to handle all of your vector store for your RAG on your AI models and your automations. Redis makes it blazing fast for your smart caching. Now, why this stack? So why host everything myself? You have full control of the data and systems of your business. You're not at the mercy of the whims of any other company's terms of service or their pricing structures. If you're using Firebase, for example, Google can easily just crank up their prices And once you're growing, once all your infrastructure has scaled, suddenly you might have a couple of gigs to even over a terabyte of customer data on Firebase. Suddenly it's a big headache to migrate all of that to something else. You're locked into only Google's platform. This is why AWS is trying to build their own equivalent. With Supabase, no such thing. You can have everything running on your servers on one provider. They start putting their prices up, you can search for another provider and just move it straight over. Or if you start scaling to a size where it doesn't make sense to be using other people's VPSs, you could put a server in a data center somewhere, or run a server in your own premises, and suddenly you can just seamlessly back up and migrate just like you're doing any other server management. So we've covered the vendor lock-ins. It's cheaper and smarter for scaling because you have full control. You can play off different companies against each other, and once you've got enough demand, you could actually go and speak to different providers personally, and you could actually negotiate a certain discount depending on how much server resource you're going to need and how long you're going to tie it up with them for. And the most important one, it's private. No big brother or big tech snooping over your shoulder, secretly taking the data and using it for their own means, either training their own AI models on all of your company information, copying your company's secrets, and building a competing product, which Amazon has done many times. Amazon this is part of the reason why Amazon, when it comes to integrating Alexa into your product, they take so much information from you, so they know all about it, and also they've got full access to everything on Amazon anyway, so they can see all your analytics on the back end. They probably even have automated systems to flag it up to relevant people, so that when they see a very profitable product, they can just go to China, get an equivalent made, and suddenly you've got an Amazon Basics version right ready to go, right at the top of the Amazon listings. Right, so that's my private AI stack, and trust me, the freedom it gives you is incredible. If you want a tutorial breakdown, then I'll be making it in the future, showing a full tutorial of how everything is set up on a VPS. Comment in the comments below and let me know what you'd like to know, what you'd like to see, and if there's any bits of the stack that you'd like extra things added into, and we'll see what we can do about that. So, thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Enjoy building your own private AI. And if you don't host your own business, if you don't host your own infrastructure and own your infrastructure, you don't own your business. Someone else does with their terms of service. So keep building. And look in the description for more resources on the AI stack. And and if you'd like to donate to the channel, there's links in the description for donations, and also links to the company if you'd like me to help you build your own AI stack for your company, or assist you with any automations and build anything out for your company. Oh, and also credit goes to Cole Medin and his YouTube channel for extending the original N8N self-hosted starter kit and creating the foundation that I've modified my AI stack from. Check out his YouTube channel for a full demo of a full tutorial of how he put his stack on there, and I'll be putting mine up on GitHub in the next few weeks.
Now for the bonus.
code unseen. Baserow's building up the dream machine. Click create, watch it elevate. AI agents at the starting gate. Businessmen with visions in their eyes. Now they automate and they rise. Automate the dream, light the engine's fire. Baserow systems lift you higher. Build it smarter, faster, clean. AI power in the bloodstream. Automate the dream. Automate the dream. Every workflow, every plan you make, AI's there to lift the weight. Custom agents at your call. One click, they handle it all. Scaling mountains, crossing seas, while the agents plant the seeds. Grow your empire, make it flow. From Baserow seeds, watch it grow. Automate the dream, light the engine's fire. Baserow systems lift you higher. Build it smarter, faster, clean. AI power in the bloodstream. Automate the dream. Automate the dream. No more waiting, no more guessing. Code and courage, it's a blessing. From dusty dreams to digital